Hello and welcome. We're the Brickfilm Bros.
And today we'll be going over everything that has happened on Brickfilms.com in the month of December.
That means all the most notable contests, challenges, and Brickfilms from December.
If you don't already know what Brickfilms.com is, make sure to go check them out. Link in the description.
Also, if you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing. Your support will be much appreciated as we try to grow our channel.
For our last segment, we'll be playing a random Brickfilm from December, so make sure to stay tuned to see which one it is.
For this segment, we'll be talking about all the contests and challenges from December. So we've had 3 challenges in December, right?
Yeah, we had challenge 141, 42, and 43.
Yep. So
or, actually, no, 43 actually started in January.
Oh, did it?
So just
okay.
41 and 42.
So we have 2 from December, one so far in January.
Yep.
I think we're doing an average of 2 per month, right?
Yeah, I think because of the timing, sometimes we have 3. I think this month we'll have 3 because there was one started really early in January. I think like the 3rd or something. So I think we'll have 3 for January, but then we'll probably have 2 for February. So I think it flip flops like that for each month.
Also, whenever we have like a timed challenge, like some like a Halloween themed challenge or something like that, you want to work into that time of the year. We don't do challenges at this right. Like we don't do the same amount of challenges sometimes. So.
Yeah, sometimes I think there's a 2-week period for judging, and occasionally there's just 1 week, depending on what we have lined up for challenges. But challenge 141 and 42 are both ended. I don't remember what 141 was, but 142 was animating in slow-mo.
Yep. 141 was spilling a hot drink.
Okay, yeah.
There were some really cool ones from there.
Yeah. I was actually surprised there wasn't very many entries into the slow-mo challenge. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed because I was really hoping to see more of them because it seems like a really neat idea.
Yeah. We've been talking about doing the bullet time scene from The Matrix.
That would be
which would be
fun.
really cool entry for that
forgot
challenge. But yeah, it definitely would take too long to put in a 2-week challenge.
Yeah, for sure. So challenge 143 is animating a drift, like a car drifting. And so I think we're gonna enter, right? Hopefully we'll be able to get it done in time. I think it has, by the time you'll be seeing this, we'll probably be done. We will hopefully be done with our animation, but it's going to end in about probably 3 or 4 days from the time of posting. So you'll only have a little bit of time, but make sure to get those entries in because we could really use more entries into the challenges. They're really fun.
I've noticed that there hasn't been a lot of entries into challenges recently. Like there used to be a lot more. I wonder if it's because we've been doing more challenges.
I don't know. I think we've been doing about the same amount, but maybe there's just less that are just easy to do because we've had some that seem like they'll take some practice. Like slow-mo, I'm sure I would have to redo it multiple times before I got the slow-mo part right. So that might just be that people aren't the subjects of the challenges aren't as easy to make, but yeah, I've noticed that there are a lot less Brickfilms posted on the challenges recently.
The other thing we wanted to talk about for this segment was Brick Stars. So this is the annual challenge, annual contest on Brickfilms.com, where you can post any brick film made within that year. So
this year, 2025.
Yep. Usually we get around 150 entries into Brickstars, and there's some amazing prizes. So Brickstars is not accepting entries anymore, and the judging process has begun. And
the results are premiering in March. In Brickstars this year, there was 154 entries. I think last year there was 158. We've actually been slowly getting more and for the entries into Brickstars, and in the last few years we've gotten a lot. Like last year in 2024 Brickstars we had 158, which is I think the most we've ever had, which was pretty great. Especially since it was also the first time that there was the showing in France of the top winners. And so this year we had slightly less, but I think we're still on track to keep getting more entries, and hopefully in the coming year of 2026 we'll be able to get even more people on Brickfilms.com and posting Brickfilms and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, Brickstars is always such a cool contest because it also it's also a good way to kind of narrow down the Brickfilms you watch, because sometimes there's just a lot, like there's some creators that just post a lot of stuff. So Brickstars is a way to watch the best brick film from every creator. So I like going through and picking out ones to watch every year.
Yeah, it's really fun. There was also a lot of brick films posted from THAC. It's not a brickfilms.com contest. It's Bricks in Motion, but it's a lot of people who post theirs on post their entries on brickfilms.com after they make them. So THAC stands for the 24-hour animation contest.
Yeah, so you basically have to make the whole animation and from start to finish in 24 hours. It's super difficult.
So we have had a pretty good increase of brick films posted from just like crossover from THAC to brickfilms.com. So that has been really cool to see all those entries. There's some really cool ones. Definitely check that out. So for this second segment, we will be going over the best brick films from December. So we each have picked 2 brick films to talk about, and then we'll also talk about the brick film of the month elected by the community for November. Let's start off with the brick film of the month from November. So this was Pertinacious Protocol by Joko.
We did talk about Pertinacious Protocol on our last episode, so we're not going to talk about it a ton. It was a really cool animation. I really liked all of the set design.
Yeah, the set project was really good. I think my favorite part was when it was the scene where they're walking through like a circular hallway, and the hallway is made out of white legs. It's just a ton of white legs, which I thought was really funny and a really awesome way to make the set. It was really cool to see. Yeah, it was a very unique brick film. I really liked this one. So what was your first pick for brick films from December?
So my first pick was a brick film called Fallen Order: The Great Jedi Purge. It was by Blackbird Motion Studios. He does really cool animation, a lot of Star Wars stuff, and I think Star Wars is one of my favorite themes for brick filming, because there's just such a wide variety of pieces to use, right?
Yeah.
So many Star Wars sets and minifigures. So one thing that I really thought was cool about this one in particular was there was a mix of green screen and physical backgrounds in it. I noticed on a couple scenes there was an actual, like I could tell that it was actually there from shadows from the set, but there was also some that I could tell were green screen because there weren't shadows. And I don't think I've ever seen a brick film where there's both physical and green screened backgrounds. So that was cool.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. They also had some shots from in space, and their CGI shots. I think they probably used Blender. And that was it was a really cool blend of like physical animation, green screen, and CGI. It was really cool.
There was also moving mouths when they were talking, which was done in a way that I haven't ever seen before. It looked like it had been 2D animated, like they drew each frame, which it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I did like how it turned out.
Yeah.
Sometimes with the moving mouths, it's like it doesn't really look like part of the minifigure, but I think these ones turned out really well. There was also a part that didn't really hit me correctly, where there was a fire in the foreground that was 2D animated, like just drawn on.
I remember that.
That didn't really match with the rest of the scene. It kind of stuck out and didn't look like it was actually there.
Yeah, I think it might look better if they use CGI for that part too. I think that would turn out really cool, because then they could have the light, like the fire lit really well as having it like be as well as having it blend really well with the physical animation.
I also really like the music in this one.
Yeah.
It was like mixing original music with Star Wars, and there was some that sounded like they were alternate versions of Star Wars. Star Wars music that I've never heard.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. The music really drew you into the whole world of the Brickfilm.
Yeah, I really liked the music. It was really well done.
All right, so that was my first pick. What about you? What did you pick for?
So for my first pick for a Brickfilm, it's a Brickfilm by King Billy Pictures called The Bedouin and the Biplane. So if you don't know, Bedouin it's a Muslim nomad, and it's set in the desert. And I think the lighting was my favorite part. It was so good, like the vibrance of it, and like you could look at it and you could see the heat coming off of it. It was crazy. I really liked the lighting on this one.
Yes, that particular creator uses a lot of sand in his Brickfilms. I wonder if it's because he only has one set, or if he just likes the aesthetic. Because they've gotten really good at at animating with the sand. I haven't noticed any inconsistencies between frames in the sand.
Yeah, I really liked the I really liked how well the walking looked in the sand, because there isn't any studs on it, and it was really smooth, surprisingly smooth how well the walking was. The other thing that I thought was really unique was when the biplane starts up again, he has like wooden like cutouts of like propellers with like motion blur on it. It's like physical motion blur, which I thought actually looked really cool. It was surprisingly like realistic. And
you said they were wooden?
Yeah, it was like
I was
like a wooden
almost
cutout.
certain they were 3D printed.
Oh,
it looked like
the
bottom of a 3D printed.
Yeah, that's true.
piece.
Yeah, actually it might.
So.
But they had like these. Yeah, on the biplane they had these like the propellers with motion blur on them, and they all and it actually fit really well with the aesthetic of the Brickfilm, which was really cool to see.
Also, that does seem hard to animate because it was just like, it had I think 3 or 4 blades that had like, they were like wider than normal, and they looked like they had motion blur on them. But even that, like, if you were just moving that at a normal rate, I don't think it would look good. And it does change. I noticed there were different pieces for different amounts of motion blur on it. So there was parts where it was spinning faster. But then it switched to more motion blur, right? And then it started spinning slower, but it looked like it was spinning faster. So that was really well done.
Yeah, I really liked how it turned out. And the other thing I thought was really cool was on the minifigure of the pilot, there's like a custom face, and I actually watched a video of his showing how he made those faces, and he uses those in most of his films, and it looks like a normal printed face. I'm not going to go into too much detail about how he made them. You can watch the video in the description, but he used like a certain paper and then printed out on it, and basically just put it onto, like, rubbed the faces off minifigure and put it onto the head, and it turned out really well. And you can like he made it so there's a bunch of different mouth movements, so you can animate like physical mouth movements in shot, which was really cool, and I really liked how it looked.
Yeah, I thought the pilot's face was really funny.
Yeah.
I was curious where he got it from, because it looked like actual Lego printing.
Yeah, it looked like it looked kind of like a custom Lego printing. I thought it might be like something you can buy, but I thought it was really cool. I really liked how he made the faces for the minifigures.
Yeah, that was a good Brickfilm.
Yeah. The one other thing I really liked about this one was the green screen on the airplane. Like that, you cannot tell. Like, it was different lighting on the background and on the actual thing, on the biplane and on the background were like the same lighting, and it like blended really well together. I really liked how it turned out. Why don't you give us your second pick, Jameson?
Yeah, so I actually picked 2 Star Wars Brickfilms.
Okay.
So my second pick was called Siege on Coruscant by Jim Jam Films. He does some amazing lasers in his Brickfilms. they use actual like pieces, they use actual laser pieces, and then light it to make it look like a laser, and it looks really good.
Yeah, I really like how it looks.
Also, the rate of fire on his is higher than any I've ever seen. There are so many lasers.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's like the whole Brickfilm is very fast paced. There's a lot of quick cuts, and the animation really goes along with that. Because it's not choppy, but all of the movements are quick and smooth, which is very hard to balance out. A lot of the time when you try to make a movement quicker, it just looks it just looks less like it's actually moving. And I also liked they put this camera filter on it that kind of the background is very unfocused, but the character was super in focus.
Yeah.
And had like a kind of like outline around it that looks really cool. And there was also this sequence where they used that when the main clone in the Brickfilm, he falls over and gets like his. You know how the Palpatine has like control over the clone's brains with like computer chips in them. That's when like the Execute Order 66 happened, and he was like there was like a POV shot of him like falling down. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I really like that part.
And then he and that was like at the very end, so it's like a super punchy end of the Brickfilm.
Yeah, and it like kept focusing and unfocusing, like he was fainting, which I thought like it turned out really well. And I really liked the POV shots.
I really liked Siege on Coruscant. It really felt like part of it really drew you into the Star Wars universe. But what about you? What is your second pick for?
So for my last pick, this one was not technically made in the last month, but it was just so good I had to include it. It's a Brickfilm called Human.STUS, and this was by I'm not gonna get this pronunciation right, but Oles Verona. He is he's a Ukrainian Brickfilm creator, and he made this beautiful Brickfilm about based on a true story about based on a poet named Vasil Stus, and that was sent to a USSR prison in the 1970s, and I thought this Brickfilm was just like so good. I really loved it. It was a really good. It was kind of like a mini biopic of this guy's time in the USSR prison, and I really liked how it turned out. It was a beautiful Brickfilm. You should definitely go check it out in the description.
I think I really liked the music in that one.
I
thought he was like it was talking about like the first part of it was all about the like a revolt of the artists that were being suppressed. So I thought he was gonna like the amazing piano music made me think he was gonna be a composer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was super good music.
I also just like really liked the lighting and all the cinematography because it was really unique, and the lighting always fit with the scene, and it was super good. Like the parts where he's in a prison and it's at night, like the lighting is perfect for that, and there's a lot of like really dark shadows. And then there's also parts where the lighting is brighter at like a party or whatever. And I also like there's one part where he like walks towards a coffin, and it's like black and white, but but it's super. It has really high contrast between the white part and the black part, so it's basically just black and white, not any grays. And I really liked how that part turned out. It was really cool. I cannot stress how much I love this Brickfilm. It was really good. Definitely in my top 3 favorite of all time. I really like this one.
It's interesting too. I checked out the guy's channel, and he has a bunch of comedy skits on his channel, like Brickfilm comedy skits. And it's really interesting that he just made this absolute banger of a like serious Brickfilm after creating just a bunch of comedy. So
I think he has one other one. It's about like the creation of Carol of the Bells. I haven't done too much research on it, but I think that one's also based on a true story. So that's all the brick films we have for this month. Make sure to comment which one you liked best, and we'll head to the next segment. So for our final segment, we are going to be spinning a wheel to pick a random brick film from December to watch and comment on. So let's get right into it. There was a lot of brick films from December. I'm always surprised to see how many are there.
The winner is John 316 Lego Stop Motion.
Oh wow, yes, I'm super happy we got this one. I loved it. It was so good. Oh wow, yeah, I'm really glad we got that one. This one is super great.
So this brick film is by Fruit Cup Studios. It's called John 316. Lego animation, so let's get right into it.
Yeah, I think I've seen a little bit of this before, and I was super impressed by the animation. It's so good. So let's watch it. I really like the fire already. It's
really well lit.
Yeah.
Very smooth walking with studs, I think.
No, I don't think, or maybe. I'm not sure if there's studs or not.
There was a man from the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. This man came to Jesus at night and said,
Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher who has come from God. For no one could perform these signs you do unless God were with him.
The hood is really well animated.
Yeah, I like how it's a hood. I like how it's like it's like actual fabric.
Born when he is old. Can he enter his mother's womb a second time and be born?
The animation is so. Oh wow, the mouth is really good.
Unless someone is born of water and the Spirit.
I also really like the lighting. Especially in the dark with all the candles. It's really cool.
That was a really awesome transition.
Whatever is born of the flesh is flesh, and whatever is born of the Spirit is spirit. Do not be amazed that I told you that you must be born again. The wind blows where it pleases, and you hear its sound, but you don't know where it comes from or where it is going. So it is with everyone born of the Spirit.
The mouth movements are crazy. I don't know how they.
How can these things be?
I'm not sure how they made the lips
Are you a
move.
teacher of Israel and do not know these things? Truly I tell you, we speak what we know, and we testify to what we have seen. But you do not accept our testimony. If I have told you about earthly things and you don't believe, how will you believe if I tell you about heavenly things? No one has ascended into heaven, except the one who is descended from heaven, the Son of Man. Just as Moses lifted up the snake in the wilderness, so the Son of Man must be lifted up, so that everyone who believes in him may have eternal life. For God loved the world in this way. He gave his one.
Wow, all the sets are really
so
good.
everyone who
Yeah.
believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Anyone who believes in him is not condemned. But anyone who does not believe is already condemned, because he has not believed in the name of the one and only Son of God. This is the judgment. The light has come into the world, and people love darkness rather than the light.
It's crazy how well lit the mouth is. For like, it looks like it's part of it. I wonder if they did have that many different heads to put on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it looks really like it has the glare on it from the light too and everything.
Yeah.
by God.
Wow, that was really good. I loved all the animation for like everything was super smooth.
Yeah.
I really liked how I also really liked how the candles all had like their own lights inside them, so that looked like they were really glowing. I've seen that in some other ones, but this one they definitely nailed it for lighting the candles.
Yeah, a lot. Sometimes it's like the light doesn't shine through the whole piece, and it's like you can see that there's just a light behind it. In this one, the whole light was illuminated, and it seemed like it was actually like it was glowing from itself.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. So definitely go check out that Brickfilm, and go click the link in the description, and definitely check out Fruit Cup Studios' other Brickfilms, because he's a very good brick filmer. If you're still watching at this point, thank you so much. We really appreciate everyone that watches these videos through. It really means a lot to us. If you would like to support us further, the best way to do that is just subscribing. We're trying to grow our channel, and every subscriber counts.
Also, make sure you go check out Brickfilms.com. It's a great resource whether you're a brick filmer or just like watching brick films. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll be back to talk about anything that goes on Brickfilms.com next month.